it's like over 500 days since the COVID-19 was told about, and I'm just gonna go live for some of this stuff. I have found the spookiest town, you guys. It's called Romeo, Colorado. It's Valentino checking in, and Valentino has a movie set we're on. But let me tell you about Romeo, Colorado. Everybody is dead, but there was no funeral. Like, they get up and they go to work, but if you wake them up in the middle of the night, they aren't alive during those, 6 hours or 8 hours they're supposed to be sleeping, and they are so scary looking. They look like normal citizens. But if you wake them up in the middle of the night, they've already died. They don't have a 24-hour schedule anymore, if that makes sense. Their body is still working and functioning. Barely. All they do is get up and, go to work in this tiny town. But it smells like death, and it smells like... Ew, you almost want to say, love, because there was this, entire cemetery set up of dead people who love these people so much. Did I stumble across a little town where everyone's related and nobody ever cared? They just take forever to die. Is this a certain age or something? But yeah, I've met quite a few spooky people. But this is real life for me though, as an angel, as Valentino. My car is broke down. It's overheating. I have less than $60 to my name. I have to make it 2 more weeks. I filed the Ramsell versus Trump lawsuit. I did not give up, even though they went after me after the other lawsuit, Sanchez versus DPHHS. I've had to deal with 3M manufacturers, people angry from China, Russia, Japan, Korea, world leaders angry at me, world business corporate owners, the top 1 to 3% stakeholders, you'd say, or some shit. I have told my story everywhere. I've told my story with the Marines, with the Army, with the military. I know that they have to have me watched. I know they're watching me because of the drones and the helicopters at night in the sky. I know that because of all the information that I knew, that they, that this is real. But you know what I got left behind in? These people that are dead after COVID-19. And it almost scares me to even talk about it, but what happens in 5 or 10 years? We need evidence of what life was like, right? So Romeo and Juliet's channel is going to feature Mary, Venus, and Mars. And I'm going to go live a lot more around this stuff to capture it, because not only does it capture it in video and analog, but it captures it in dialogue and just experiences of what it's taking me to get through a 12-hour day or a 8-hour day, or what it's taking. Yesterday, I biked this entire area that I've been driving now and talking. I biked it and walked it, and it was so long. And the world was so quiet, and finally someone pulled over to give me a ride. Everyone else was robotic and AI, and they just kind of oh, well. In order to borrow the car that I'm borrowing, I promise you the man is dead in the middle of the night. He's dead. He's the most normal kind of guy in the daytime, and he talks normal, and then you wake him up after 8 o'clock or before 4 a.m. and you would leave everybody behind too, because he's just death, a description of that, in Romeo, Colorado. Smells like abuse. These are the things that I think about, though. This is what I'm going through. I understand that I'm going to be live on a live. Did I let you guys know the theme of the channel? What the vibe is? You don't like it right now, stick around later. It gets creepy sometimes. Maybe it'll get better. But yep, I'm going to leave this under 5 minutes so I can get this up to the YouTube until I get live on that channel.